Welcome to my first world building studio diary. This is where I share the process behind my book, The Testament, and the larger universe growing around it. Today I'm writing the soldier. He isn't just a man in uniform, he's the weight of duty, discipline, and silence. In writing the soldier, I'm not looking for answers. I'm writing the questions he carries. For him, it's only ever work. For me, it's the word that grows out of that silence. He doesn't explain himself. He doesn't need to. His presence lingers long after the page ends, and long after you close the book. I think about contrast a lot when I write him. Soldiers are expected to be symbols of strength, but every symbol hides a person underneath. Somewhere in his past there was another voice, softer, more human. The tension between the role and the person shapes him, and it shapes the whole atmosphere around him. When he enters the page, the tone changes, the words slow down, become heavier. The air feels heavier. He isn't only a character. He becomes an environment, a declaration of nothing. His presence forces others to move differently, while he doesn't move any differently. To write differently, to survive differently, the soldier embodies the system itself. And for me, writing the soldier isn't about glorifying or condemning whatever it is we are doing so. It's about exploring what happens when control becomes absolute, when obedience swallows individuality. That's the question I carry with him, not to answer it, just to let it unfold and hold. Here I am drawing the soldier, doing a bit of shading on his uniform, a certain type of course. You can recognize it. The soldier is a sharpened, disciplined man, but he isn't robotic. He notices details, shifts in silence, the shape of a room, the weight of a command. His intelligence makes him precise, not reflective, like a machine that can never do wrong. That's the paradox I like about him. He's smart enough to see the whole picture, yet trained to look only at this task in front of him, and trained by no one but himself. How did that happen? I write about it in the book though. For now, I think writing him means balancing clarity with restraint, always holding back what he could say because he wouldn't. He simply would not speak. You might hate him, you might like him, but he does not care about you, and he will die when he wants to. I could sit here and tell you about his lore and his, his looks, but that would defeat the purpose of what the soldier embodies. He is, as in his own words, he says, I am the routine and the machine, and discipline killed the army. He's an armyless soldier. He cannot feel, he does not need in the first place. Just like he says, in his own words, he will die when he wants to. And he calls it winning. I think his looks mean nothing after that. That's all for today's entry. The soldier is one figure among many, and I thank you for being here in this process. I'll see you in the next diary.